Hello friends, I am a Ukrainian who does not leave the territory of his country. I would like to tell you what is really happening at the front with the help of animation and the information that the armed forces of Ukraine and our allies and partners are giving us. Support my work by liking it and also believe in our victory. Ukraine has now launched the main phase of the counteroffensive and has made a major impact by deploying thousands of military personnel in reserve, many of whom have been trained and equipped in the West. The new phase of the operation, if successful, could take from 1 to 3 weeks. This information was published by the New York Times with reference to Pentagon officials. So if we are talking about such a transfer of troops, it means that weaknesses in Russian defense have been identified and mined areas have been cleared. The enlarged Ukrainian group will try to move south through Russian fortifications to the city of Tokmak, and if successful to Melitopol, located near the coast of the Azov Sea. Ukraine aims to advance far enough to bring the strategically important Crimea within range of Ukrainian artillery. By attacking the peninsula, the Ukrainian armed forces are trying to break the land bridge with the occupied Crimea and disrupt logistics routes. To this end, they are striking at ammunition depots, control centers, and communication hubs. According to the Pentagon, the United States and other Western allies have trained about 63,000 Ukrainian troops and supplied more than 150 modern battle tanks, a large number of older tanks, hundreds of infantry fighting vehicles, and thousands of other armored vehicles. In this video, you can watch the Ukrainian army storming enemy positions with Bradley armored personnel carriers and Oshkosh MATV armored vehicles. The others of the video note that this the area of Robotene Zaporizhia region where the occupiers are trying to regain lost positions without success. And this video demonstrates the work of HIMARS on the occupiers' Grad MLRS. As a result of this work, the Russians have lost personnel and now have 2 MLRS out of commission. In this video, you can see how Ukrainian special forces captured Russian paratroopers during the clearing of the village of Staromayorsk, thereby increasing the exchange fund. At the same time, a list was found in the font of the killed occupier, which recorded considerable losses of one of the battalions of the 247th Parachute Regiment of the Russian Army. In Staromayorsk, the Ukrainian armed forces have advanced 750 meters into the depth of the enemy's defense and 500 meters in width. Fighting for the settlement itself is already underway. The main line of defense of the Russians is the next to be attacked, and if it is broken through, the Ukrainian armed forces will gain a wide operational space, and the occupiers' front will collapse. Now our rocket scientists are actively pushing the enemy's rear to the coast. Near Bakhmut, Ukrainian defenders have advanced near the villages of Andriivka and Kurdumivka, and against the backdrop of these breakthroughs, the enemy is unable to hold the village of Klishchiivka. It is completely surrounded. After this success, the Ukrainian armed forces will be able to cut off the road of Soledar, which will completely cut off the Soledar salient. On the Lugansk front, the situation is critical. The enemy is trying to bypass the village of Novoselivsk from 2 sides. In this area, artillery managed to stop the enemy, and in some places counterattacks were conducted and the occupiers were pushed back. The Ukrainian armed forces drove the occupiers out of Nadia village. The situation is stabilizing. The Ukrainian military eliminated the commander of a group of UAV operators of the Ahmad Special Forces with the call sign Carlson. Since October 2022, he had been running a Telegram channel with 40,000 subscribers, where he covered the work of his units, UAVs. Based on these posts, he was in the area of Klishchiivka in recent days. The peculiarity is that this is the 3rd media person liquidated in recent days, although they are not. They call themselves war correspondents but in fact they are war criminals who are directly involved in the war and publish their crimes on social media.